All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be in the 135 and 140 pound division, where Devin the Dream Haney has made a big admission that we are going to share with you through some audio of Devin Haney making a very big admission about Gervonta Tank Davis and how it relates to this request and demand that he and his fans have about Gervonta moving to 140 pounds for that fight. And it is basically this, but we're going to prove it. Wait until we play the audio for you. That Devin Haney knows full well that Gervonta Davis is not a 140 pounder. And in fact, is not even a 135 pound fighter. And that Devin Haney wants, as a result of what he says he knows to be true, is really just trying to, if he's serious at all about fighting Gervonta Davis, is just trying to pull a weight bully move. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, I'm gonna make some Devin Haney fans mad, but hey man, what is new? Because this conversation keeps going on about how Gervonta Davis needs to move up to 140 pounds to fight Devin Haney, and that Gervonta Davis has moved up to 140 pounds before. So as a result, Gervonta Davis is perfectly fine fighting 140 pound fighters, so why not Devin Haney? Well, Devin Haney himself answers this question and did it right after the Mario Barrios fight, when Devin was taking credit away from Gervonta Davis for fighting Mario Barrios in the first place. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much. Thank you for the super thanks in the videos, and thank you for sponsoring the videos. It really is important to the channel. But let's get into this. Now, Gervonta Davis, several years ago, fought a guy, Mario Barrios, for a 140 pound title, the WBA world title at 140 pounds. And he did it after having beaten Leo Santa Cruz for a title at 130 pounds. So Gervonta made 130 pounds and then jumped over the 135 division, and his next fight had a fight at 140 with Mario Barrios. Now, Devin Haney made a comment about that. And in the comment, he alluded to the fact that Gervonta Davis was not a 140 pounder, that Mario Barrios was not a real threat at 140 pounds, that his career was manufactured. And his career was manufactured in order to give Gervonta Davis some credit. And the reason that Gervonta went from 130 against Leo Santa Cruz all the way up to 140 pounds was because Gervonta didn't want to fight anybody at 135. But that Gervonta really isn't even a 135 pounder. He's really a 130 pounder. Now, don't take my word for it. Listen to the audio, and then we'll discuss it and what that means.
He did what he had to do. He went in there and did what he was supposed to do. But it's just funny to me because why skip a whole weight class? The guy is 5'5". You're not even a real 135 pounder. All the 135 pounders are bigger than you. So why skip a weight class and go up to 140 for a secondary belt? Obviously, because you've seen that Barrios was food. He knows that at 135 is smoke. Like, realistic at all. Everybody heard what Floyd said. Floyd said that they only going to fight PBC and Mayweather Promotions fighters and yada, yada, yada. So we see what it is, and you just got to read between the lines. He's not going to any real competition. Anybody who's was be a threat to beating him. Barrios, no disrespect to him, but, you know, they built him up for, you know, that opportunity, that fight right there.
Right.
Okay. What he had to do, he went in there and did what he was supposed to do. But it's just funny to me because why skip a whole weight class? The guy is 5'5". You're not even a real 135 pounder. All the 135 pounders are bigger than you. So why skip a weight class and go up to 140 for a secondary belt? Obviously, because you've seen that Barrios was food. He knows that at 135 is smoke. Realistic at all. Everybody heard what Floyd said. Floyd said that they only going to fight PBC and Mayweather Promotions fighters and yada, yada, yada. So we see what it is, and you just got to read between the lines. He's not going to any real competition. Anybody who's was be a threat to beating him. Barrios, no disrespect to him, but, you know, they built him up for, you know, that opportunity, that fight right there.
Okay, there you go. You've now heard it. And if I feel like it, and I think I will, I would have played that for you twice. Devin Haney clearly says that Gervonta Davis is not a 135-pounder, that he really is a 130-pounder, and he only jumped from 130 to 140 because he didn't want the smoke with anybody at 135. That's what he said. Now, if you now come to where we are now, where Devin is saying he will only fight Gervonta at 140 pounds, that he will not fight them at 135, what does the two of them mean together? It means that Devin Haney thinks Gervonta is really a 130-pounder, but he wants Gervonta to go all the way up to 140 to fight him. I think it's safe to assume that he, Devin Haney, does not believe that he, Devin Haney's whole career was built around being an easy win for Gervonta Davis, and that he, Devin Haney, unlike Mario Barrios, is a legitimate 140-pound fighter. That, my friends, and thank you very much to Ashley's Corner, who directed me to that particular bit of footage. That right there puts a fork in all of the arguments around Gervonta Davis and why Gervonta must go to 140 pounds. And that Devin Haney does not know full well that that is a huge advantage for Gervonta, or that he does not believe it. Let me put it that way. That Devin Haney does not believe that he is trying to force Gervonta Davis up into a weight class that he doesn't even belong in. And you cannot use the fact that he had fought Mario Barrios, because Devin Haney himself said that Mario Barrios was not a legitimate win for Devin Haney at 100 and for Gervonta Davis at 140 pounds. Now, this may be a case of, man, you talk too much. If you wouldn't be beating up on people all the time and working so hard to remove any type of credit from the person, then you won't have to live with the words that you spoke before. Now, factually, I do believe that a couple things were in error, because Gervonta Davis was at 135 and then he went down to 130. He didn't intend to fight Leo Santa Cruz at 130, but Leo Santa Cruz wouldn't fight him at 135. Gervonta Davis took the fight with Leo Santa Cruz at 130 because Leo Santa Cruz requested it. So actually, when people are out here trying to come up with examples of why Devin should move back down and wait for a big fight that he wants, they don't really have to look any further than Gervonta Davis, when Gervonta Davis moved down from 135 to 130 to fight Leo Santa Cruz. And Gervonta Davis was the A side of that while he moved down. None of this worked well for Devin Haney's argument. And the fundamental problem is none of these, not the audio, of Devin Haney saying what Devin Haney thinks, or the fact that Gervonta Davis himself moved down in weight, moved down from 135 to 130 to make a championship fight. So therefore, if Gervonta can move up to to fight for a belt, and Gervonta and Devin doesn't think that's legit, but he can move down to fight Leo Santa Cruz because according to Devin, that is the weight class that Gervonta Davis really belongs in, then that should be no problem in him, Devin Haney, moving down to 135 where he just was last fight. So all in all, I think that puts a big old plug in the argument of you Devin Haney fans around what Gervonta Davis needs to do. And once again, the audio is there for you to hear. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.